Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends. Welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I am Gary, your host. And this time, I want to finish off that haul of comics I got from the Brass Armadillo. This is the third and final part of that. Oh yeah, and here you see we have Super Team Family Giant number 4 from 1974. You can see that's really rough and held together with masking tape. Oh, this reprints a long Justice Society reprint story from 1947, I think it was. I think that's what they said. And this is from 74, and then followed up by basically a world's finest story with Superman and Batman with Robin the Boy Wonder. See, this says Justice Society tries to forestall the revenge of Solomon Grundy. And then the other one is Menace of the Moon Man, reprinting a story from I think they said it was 57. Oh yeah, right at the beginning of this space age and the space race. I have stuff in there. Oh. Justice League of America, Crisis on Earth Prime, book 3. I haven't looked through it, but this is cool because it's got the Justice Society of America and the All-Star Squadron guest starring in with the this might be extra. I didn't notice that. This has the free 8-page book preview of Masters of the Universe. Oh, that's a big win. Because I know I had that at the time on something, but this has got that. And yeah. So this will be some fun with a great cover here by George Perez. Got lots of people on there. Got Robot Man, Hawkman, Liberty Bell. Oh, we got Power Girl and Dr. Fate. And then here is another Justice League of America. This is 131. This is from, I think, 76. Where it features the world's greatest superheroes battle the beasts that thought like men. And we see that our superheroes in cages, apparently unintelligent. That looks cool. With Ernie Chan cover. At this point it was Ernie Chua before he got his name corrected. Oh, and here we take a big jump to 1988 with Justice League International, with something bad happened to Blue Beetle there on the cover. I had this at one time, and back then I followed all these Justice League titles. This was some really good stuff. Keith Giffen and DeMatteis. McGuire and Gordon on the art. so you know it's some good stuff. And that one. Oh, here is a fabulous first issue. This is a special $1 Superboy Spectacular from 1980, number 1. It was a $1 cover price, and this was all reprint material. Superboy's Secrets Revealed. And the context, I took a look through it. Various artists. This cover is a nice cover by Ross Andrew and Dick Giordano. But the interior art is is really highlighted by some Kurt Swan story, Superboy story. But the other stuff, George Papp, I think it was, and I don't know who else. And they're mostly Superboy stories with flashing back and talking stuff about his invulnerable, indestructible Kryptonian costume, and some of the origins of some of his powers and stuff like that. And of course, I like Superboy. I never liked the idea of Superboy as being Superman as a boy. I just never liked that. But I did enjoy reading Superboy stories. You know, I didn't care for that concept, but I still enjoyed the stories. I prefer the idea of Superboy being a different character. Yes, it's also got Crypto. And this looks good. I remember when this was out, and I didn't get it, and I kind of wish I had now. This is an Elseworlds story. Thrill Killer, Batgirl, and Robin. This is the first of 3 issues in a miniseries, and I would love to get the other 2 already. Having read it, written by Howard Chaykin with Daniel Brereton doing the artwork, and it's great. The interior art is just like this. It's painted artwork, and it looks really cool. And I look forward to reading that. And this really rough issue of Plastic Man, number 12. This is about 76 or so. This has got I did one Plastic Man before. Before that was drawn by Joe Staton, and this one is Ramona Fraden, who I've talked about before. She was a long time artist for DC Comics, doing the superheroes, mostly largely humor stuff or slightly humor stuff. Did of course was one of the artists on the Super Friends comic book, because she had a slightly more cartoonish style, a very pleasing style though. And of course, then she eventually left comic books to take over the Brenda Starr comic strip. Wonder Woman. This has got a fold in it because I couldn't get it straight now. It doesn't matter. It's a rough copy, good reading copy. This is also from '76. This issue is shortly before the Wonder Woman TV movie that gave rise to the Wonder Woman TV series way back then. And Diana is the traitor. I don't know. I looked into it. I don't know. This is another Ernie Chua cover. Ernie Chan. And in this is one that surprisingly was penciled by Kurt Swan and inked by Vince Colletta. And in this one, their 2 styles work well together. Usually Vince Colletta, his inking usually really stiffens. It does stiffen up some. It's not quite as pleasing and fluid as Kurt Swan's art would ordinarily be, especially if it had been inked by Murphy Anderson. That would have been preferable, because they're the best together. Kurt Swan and Murphy Anderson, very wonderful together. But here with Vince Colletta, his time and experience on the romance comics, and of course he worked on many of the Lois Lane books as well. because he could do very lovely women, and that comes through in his inking. So his, female facial features and the like are just lovely, even though he's just inking. I mean to downplay the inking quality of on Kurt Swan's beautiful pencils. But that works so well. And then we round it off with something more recent. This is from the 80s. I forgot what year now. Hate by Peter Bagge. I probably have another copy of this, but I couldn't pass this one up for $1 from Fantagraphic Books. It's an alternative comic. These came out of the alternative comics that came out of the underground tradition. Of course, Peter Bagge got his start in Weirdo magazine, published by Robert Crumb. And moving on, I haven't seen anything real recent of his, but that doesn't mean anything just because I haven't seen it. There's a lot of stuff out there I haven't seen. It goes to I don't get to the comic shops as often and like, but this is Buddy Barclay story. His Barclay family from the hate, and of course everyone's always angry about stuff and just filled with hatred, that kind of stuff. And it's promises to be a fun story. Okay, and then that is the end of this, of the entire haul from the Brass Armadillo. Lots of good reading ahead. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Which of these titles do you want to see me go into on one of my videos? Let me know, because some of these we will be seeing again. So thanks for joining me, and remember, comics are art.